What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash in this video today. It is the 4th day of July, the 250th day, 250th year of America's independence that we are celebrating today. Happy 4th to everybody out there. I hope you're celebrating in your own special way, whatever that might be. And just enjoying the day. Enjoying the day. Stay away from the politics, man. We all have our own political opinions, I'm sure. That's not what today's about, man. Today is about celebrating our independence, celebrating being Americans. Just do that. Whatever you think that means, do that. But no, we can disagree as to what that means, I suppose, can't we? We can all agree that it definitely means that we're happy individuals living in this country and we want to see the best for the people in it and hopefully the world as well as a result. $228 is the price of Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's not beat around the bush too much. That bush has seen a lot of beating, man. Let's just take a walk. Okay, let's get on with our bad selves. $228, 9 hours, 46 minutes left in the day. She keeps climbing. She keeps climbing. The green dragon has awakened, and she's angry. She's angry. The red dragon has poked her with a stick, and she's ready to get off of her lazy butt and see some flying. We've actually been flying a decent little bit for the past week now. From a low to a high. 28%. Not bad. Not bad at all. In what was a very obvious low point of this accumulative zone. Now, we are exactly at the same area that we found resistance before, that we did see a little moment of bullish pivot right there. Somewhat of a significant area here at this $230 level for whatever reason. Can we find resistance? Can we go down from here? Sure, we can. Maybe we go to a lower low. Maybe we consolidate. Maybe we find a higher low. Just maybe we bust through it and keep on pumping. Whatever the case may be, however we do this, I believe that in time, we will be working our way back to prices that are around, if not above, $300, okay? I don't believe, I mean, there's reason to believe, but I don't believe that we're going to go up here to this $420 level. I don't believe we're going to go that high. I would love to believe it. I'd like to think it's true. What I do believe is true is that it's a possibility. And I don't mean, yeah, it's a possibility the same way that it's a possibility that the sun doesn't rise tomorrow. No, I mean, like, it's a genuine possibility. There's a genuine chance that we do rally all the way back up here. I'm just more, it's so far away, it's hard for me to wrap my head around. It's not that far away, right? We did it in a very short amount of time, but I'm thinking more so that we go to 300. Bitcoin Cash is pretty volatile, even though we moved in a straight line down here, I don't know if we're going to do the same thing on the way up. I would assume that we kind of work our way up. If we are to go to $400 or more, it would be something like this. In that case, I could see it. But again, as time goes on, that would take time. I'm assuming Bitcoin somewhere in this time frame will see a breakout to the downside, and I can't imagine Bitcoin Cash is growing while Bitcoin and likely the rest of the crypto market is selling off. Bitcoin Cash can do its own thing, but typically it does follow along with the rest of the market dynamics as well, right? It's a special thing, but it's still a cryptocurrency. It's just like everything else. It does move and flow with the market. Sometimes it does its own thing, though. Sometimes it really does. $230 now. Love to see it. Nice little pump here. Not a lot of volume, right? Not a lot of volume at all. What's this look like on Binance? Curious. BCH, no, not BCH. What am I doing? USDT, sorry. Not a whole lot of volume. And we're kind of in that double top territory, and we're at those prior areas of resistance. Yeah, maybe we push a little bit higher. We probably do find some resistance here momentarily. I mean, the RSI kicks ass, so do the stochastics. The MACD bouncing right here is actually glorious. I mean, we haven't technically broken out yet. We're trying. We don't need the volume right now. The volume can come in. There's still 43 minutes left in this hour. Let's see how it goes. More volume comes in, We don't need volume like this. We just need volume to start building. That's all we need. We just need to start building from here. It doesn't even need to be above this, but hopefully it builds above that as we move higher. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I like the 1 hour time frame. It looks good. The 4 hour time frame also looks good. Damn it, I love a good bounce off the overbought zone. Beautiful. Nice little kind of bullish engulfing candle of this little relative days worth of consolidation as well. Yeah, you look good, man. You look good. We've seen this though before, right? We consolidated and then we pumped, and then by the end of that 4 hour we came back down. So Here we kind of consolidated, then we pumped, and then we came back down. So again, we found resistance in this area before. You've been overbought for a little while. You know, don't get your feelings hurt. It's completely fine if the green dragon is just shaking off the dust, goes back to sleep, and then wakes up another day. You know, that's completely fine. Find support at prior resistance, something whatever like that. That's fine. Um, does look good here though. I must say it does look good. Stochastics look good. MACD starting to build bullish momentum. Again, you've got the dark green coming in right there. Oh, now it's pale green. Never mind. All that good just went away. We're going down to zero now. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. That's not what's happening. We'll see. 1 hour 42 minutes left. A lot of time relative to this 4 hour candle to make a decision as far as are we going to continue to grow or not. I would think that if we can get bullish momentum to build again, that would be a signal that we do push higher rather immediately. If we cross red, then yeah, maybe we just consolidate some more. Consolidate doesn't mean this. I mean, it could mean that we work our way down, but likely I would think what it means is we just kind of, you know, consolidate whatever, and then we start to move up higher. That would be my guess. I do believe we're going to move up higher. I do believe that this is not the end of this movement up from the lows of like 180. I do believe that we're going to see prices that are sorry, above $300, above $300. That's my expectation. RSI is up here where it found resistance before, so stochastics are overbought. MACD has been green for a second, and you're working your way up to that zero level. You know, we could be, we might see something where we consolidate, we push a little bit higher. Yeah, $300. We get up there, find resistance, and then we start to reject. That could happen. But as far as going lower goes, I've completely accepted that this could be the bear market low for Bitcoin Cash, which might sound funny to some people because I definitely don't believe that the bear market low is in for Bitcoin. But we've seen it happen before where Bitcoin Cash tops off at a different time than Bitcoin. It bottoms out at a different time than Bitcoin. We've seen that happen throughout Bitcoin Cash's whole life. So it's really not actually that hard of a concept to grasp unless you're not aware of those facts. It's completely possible. I mean, what better bear market finale end than this right here? And also, what I would even go as far to say is that this was never a bear market, right? This is just some massive crash. Like this was a bear market, sure. This was a bear market, sure. But this, I mean, we were just consolidating, man, for so long. We were in this consolidation range, and then we just had a breakout. It was a flash crash shakeout. Really, we're just in this area. I don't even know if Bitcoin Cash is in a bear market, but so is it appropriate to say that it found its bear market low? Maybe not. It's just appropriate to say that I think we found a macro low. And if we're talking in the terms of the macro, let's actually take the bear market low from the last cycle, the bull market high from the last cycle, which this wasn't really a bull market either. Not really a bear market now, not really a bull market then. We're right at the golden ratio. If we're not in a bull market, not in a bear market, golden ratio, I mean, it's just macro support at the golden ratio. It makes sense to me, man. It really does make sense. And what I will say is that we really should have broken out here. Like this is depressing. It's really depressing. It's completely crazy. You know, buying up here, even though we've dropped, I still think it was a smart idea. I think that in time, it's not going to matter. Yes, this is the smartest idea. Yes, this would have been way better. Looks like we are going to move down after all 228. We'll still continue to move up afterwards, but maybe a little bit of a correction for the time being. Just like the weekend correction or something like that going in Monday. But man, we got robbed, you guys. We really got robbed. All the signals were pointing higher. The reason we got robbed is because Bitcoin and the rest of the market tanked. That's really why. There's not a lot of interest in Bitcoin Cash yet, but again, the theory's been that once this thing sees new relative highs here, the thesis, the theory, the consensus of Bitcoin Cash and the broad aspect of the crypto market and its investors, it changes, right? Because what's going to happen here, just imagine, right? Imagine you're new to crypto, and maybe some of you are, and you're like, what's Bitcoin Cash? You might be on your latest live stream talking to your favorite influencer saying, hey man, what's Bitcoin Cash? I've heard some people say that it's the better Bitcoin, it's the real Bitcoin, and some people say it's a scam. What are your thoughts? Most influencers, they don't have the brass, they don't have the balls, they don't have the knowledge to declare that Bitcoin Cash is the better Bitcoin. That it is. It's more adherent to the Satoshi white paper for what Bitcoin is supposed to be. Without a doubt. Bitcoin, BTC, is store of value coin. Bitcoin Cash is peer-to-peer electronic cash. That's Bitcoin, right? People say Bitcoin's lost the narrative. There's no true Bitcoiners left. Yes, there are. They're all in Bitcoin Cash. You got your head in the sand. They're all in Bitcoin Cash, right? You can't be an investor in Bitcoin Cash and not have some of that OG crypto spirit that everybody's bitching about in the space, saying that we're not about that anymore. We're just chasing meme coins and we're praying for the institutions to pump our bags. Not over here, baby. Not over here. What we're praying for is more time to accumulate at these low levels. Please don't catch on. Please leave us in the shadow realm so we can do our dirty work in the dark. We are accumulating and having a great time doing it at these levels. The same thing that happened to Bitcoin whenever it was worth these prices, right? Whenever Bitcoin Cash moves up here, I theorize this right now. Whenever we get above this high, what's going to happen is all the new people in crypto, and maybe the people who aren't necessarily new but have written off Bitcoin Cash without giving it much thought, they're going to do this question again. They're going to ask their favorite influencers. They're going to ask people on X, on YouTube, whatever. They're going to ask and say, hey, what is Bitcoin Cash? Is it really a scam? Or is it actually better than Bitcoin? I hear people saying this. And then those same influencers, they're not going to have the brass. They're going to say, no, it's a scam. This is a dumb pump. They're not going to trust that. They're not going to trust it. They'll be like, you said it was a scam down here. You said it was a scam down here. I started to believe you, but now it's at new highs. Now this actually looks, they're going to come to people because price is what directs the narrative more than anything else. They're going to come to people like me, people like you, who are spreading the good word of the good coin online on all the socials, because we are not lying about what Bitcoin Cash is. And I think most people in the space, most of these influencers, they're not necessarily aware that they're lying. They're not aware of what Bitcoin Cash is. It's the same thing that I say for Bitcoin Cash that I would say for Bitcoin. Anytime back in 2015, whenever I was just figuring out what crypto was, 2015, 2017, I was like a crypto evangelist, guys. I guess I still am. I'm less preachy though, because I get it, right? I would tell people who didn't like it, I'd be like, the only reason you don't like it is because you don't know anything about it. The only people that don't like Bitcoin don't know anything about it. And that's the truth. That's 100% the truth. The same thing for Bitcoin Cash. The only people who think it's a scam are the ones who know nothing about it. And that's going to become completely apparent. Everybody, the whole damn space and the world is going to be aware of how little a lot of these influencers in this space are, how little awareness they have of Bitcoin Cash. And then on the bright side, whenever they're proven wrong, guess what? The influencers are going to start to look into it. They might not look at my videos, they might not look at your posts online, but they're going to look into it and do their own research. They're going to be like, holy shit, wait, how did I not know this? How did I not know? How have I thought and just been sitting here this whole time that the core idea of Bitcoin, the essence of what crypto is supposed to be, was just dead? How was I not aware that this whole community has been stacking and building this thing? How was I not aware that I had a second chance to buy Bitcoin at below $1,000 for all these years? I had my head up my ass. I literally just thought that this was the golden goose and I'm going to pray to this thing to shit out some gold nuggets for me. But no, this is the real deal. It's the real effing deal. And then when that starts to take over, you guys, you think we're stopping here? You think we're stopping there? We're going far, kid. We're going far. If Bitcoin can reach 120,000, the narrative is going to start to be, what if Bitcoin Cash flips Bitcoin? What if Bitcoin Cash trails Bitcoin? If Bitcoin could see 126K, then Bitcoin Cash with the exact same tokenomics, the same fundamentals in mining and halving and circulation and supply release, and it adheres even more to the Satoshi white paper, and it's got all this movement, all this drive behind it. All we got to do is take that out, guys, and all these things unlock. This thing, even at $4,000, is going to be appetizing. Because how many people, when Bitcoin was worth $126,000, wish that they bought at $4,000 back in 2019? Right? How many people like, oh, if I just held, oh, why did I buy a house? Why did I buy a new car back then? I could have just bought Bitcoin and then I would have had 5 houses. Yeah, it's going to be the same thought here. And this thing, I'm telling you guys, when we get above here, all of this unlocks. Because you know what goes hand in hand with all of this? It's the awakening of what Bitcoin Cash actually is. And beyond that, it's the realization that Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin, because you're not going to see this kind of growth with Bitcoin, right? You're not going to see that kind of growth with Bitcoin going to tens of like the amount of percentage growth that we're going to see in the next bull cycle. So it's mathematically infallible to assume, really, if Bitcoin Cash does this, that BCH versus BTC is also going to grow. Whenever you have Bitcoin Cash breaking out to new highs, it's not in a lower high cycle after cycle formation. It's breaking out. It's seeing something. People are asking and questioning the narrative. Long-term influencers who have shit on Bitcoin Cash are starting to open their eyes, and the general populace doesn't trust that narrative that's going around that Bitcoin Cash is a scam. When all this ties together and you look at the BCH BTC chart doing this, you've had this long sell-off, this long accumulation. Guys, it looks perfect. No technical analyst, I don't care what chart this is, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin. No technical analyst is going to look at this and say, this looks like it's going to go down still. I think it's going lower. No, dude, it looks like clear accumulation. Look at the rounded bottom. Look at the multi-year rounded bottom. The fact that it's so long, something's different here. We're breaking out. We're having a soft breakout. This looks like accumulation. And then on top of that, you move above and we actually get the result. You start to grow versus Bitcoin. No chart in crypto does this. It doesn't happen. Somebody actually told me, they're like, there is one chart that did it. It was Zcash. That's a good point. Look at what happened with Zcash. The grand revival, the grand awakening with Zcash. Exactly. That's actually a really good point. Whoever said that, by the way, you're probably watching this video because you watched that last video. Maybe you're not watching this video. I don't know. But damn it. I love Bitcoin Cash. I love all of you. I love America. It's the 4th of July. We're going to see crazy things happen. And this isn't like something that's going to happen in 10 or 20 years, guys. This is going to happen within the next 4 years. Probably even less than 4 years from now. It's going to happen very soon. And you are already aware of this here. You're ahead of the game. Buying at $4,000 is going to be a smart idea. We're well below that. We're well below that. I do believe Bitcoin Cash sees some volatility. I do believe it's completely possible that this is the low. I do believe it's completely possible we go lower. We'll probably return back to $200 at some point or below. We'll probably hang out in this area for a long time. Do not let me tell any of you to not buy at these levels or even at like $300. To be fair, if we pumped to $300, it might be worth waiting. I don't know. There's some dude that's buying like $1,000 worth of Bitcoin Cash like every single day. Keep on doing that because, dude, you're going to reap the rewards. You're going to reap the rewards. This thing is a second chance at redemption for Bitcoin, for early Bitcoin investors. And it's a crime that it's this valued right now, that it's this undervalued. Because then the biggest, not the biggest thing, we've already talked about the biggest thing. Another really big thing, which does go against the essence of crypto, but it's a fact, it's something that's going to happen. What happens when institutions and nation states around the world realize the same thing? What happens when these people who are putting together their own crypto portfolios, they're putting together their own crypto reserves to try to make as much money for themselves and their clients as they can, and to combat the U.S. dollar and other currencies around the world? They're trying to combat the control that governments have on their wealth, that other nation states have on their wealth. What happens when they realize that Bitcoin Cash is this? I mean, they probably do. They're not dumb people. They're probably accumulating now. I have a theory that some large institution, or maybe several institutions, or some person or peoples with a lot of money wanted to buy this thing, and they're like, hey, Binance, hey, Brian Armstrong, hey, CZ, we're going to give you $100 billion to put into this thing. We're going to give you tens of billions of dollars to put in this thing. You want our business? Bring the price down for us. Bring it down. We don't got to make it public. We know how this works. You guys have complete control of the markets. You might not be able to send this thing to zero, but give it to us as cheap as you can get it. We'll give you all of our money. Put it in there over time. Let it ride, and then whenever we go up, you can be our broker. We'll give you a percentage, whatever. That's how it is. We'll do business with you. We'll keep our money with you. I'm theorizing right now that that's what's happening. Anyways, and I could be wrong. That might be crackpot, half cocked. I don't know, but that's my theory. Guys, I don't know why. I know exactly why I always get like this with Bitcoin Cash. It's because I'm very passionate about it, and I very much do believe in it. You can't believe in Bitcoin Cash and not have some passion, right? It's that OG crypto spirit, baby. You don't find it anywhere else. You really don't. Maybe in Monero. Maybe. You don't find it anywhere else. Maybe in Dogecoin. Maybe a little bit. There's that OG degenerate spirit in there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.